Hello everybody and welcome to the guided tour of YadaCoin's new decentralized groups feature. We're going to start out at the GitHub repo in the releases area, and if we scroll down on the 3.0.1 release and go down to the resources area, we'll get a zip file to download. So go ahead and download that. I'm just going to skip ahead and so you don't have to wait through the download. Anyway, we're going to extract that to the desktop, double click that folder, and then double click the executable, and then that will create config files inside of that directory that you ran the executable from. But I already have a database that uses the default database, so I need to cancel this, and then I'm just going to go into the config file and make a fresh database. So this is truly a fresh demo. So I'm just going to put ones in front of these. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and then rerun the executable. And this is just unpacking the executable files into a temp directory. And so once that starts up, it's going to do all the port forwarding for you and then fire up a session in the web browser. And it's going to automatically configure your default home location. And then you're going to want to open your config file again and get the WIF property and then paste that into the import identity area. And then just put a label for your new identity and just call it like my identity. Then click save or press enter, and then click the my identity, the new identity you just created. And then now you'll need to unlock the wallet, so just use that WIF property you copied from the config file. And then we're going to see that we have no groups already created, so we're going to create a group, and we're going to enter a label for the group. Just call it my group, and press enter or click save. And then I'm going to go into groups again, and now we see that we have a group created. And so we say, okay, group text, welcome to my group. And then we'll hit send, and then it's going to confirm that we want to spend 0 because all transactions are free right now. That may change in the future. So we have welcome to my group there. It's a pending transaction because it's not saved on the blockchain yet. And so we're going to copy this directory and paste it again so that we can show some interaction between two different nodes. So we're going to simulate two different computers communicating in a decentralized group across the internet. So we're just going to copy that directory and delete the config files. And then we're going to run the executable, and that will generate new config files, a new wallet, new private key, and all that stuff. So once it starts running, we're going to cancel it because then we also need to change the database settings to create another fresh database so they don't share databases. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to put 2 after these database names, and then we'll keep that file open because again we're going to need that WIF property in there. So we'll run that again, the executable, and wait for that to unpack into a temp directory again. And again, this is going to do all the port forwarding for you if you have the use PNP property set to true in the config file. If you want to just host on 8,000, set it to false. But you'll have to do your own port forwarding. Okay, so once this opens, which should be in a couple of seconds here. This can take a little bit of time, so I just don't want to edit it out so that you think that maybe something's wrong. Okay, so we have a new browser session set up, but because cookies, secure cookies, are shared between IP addresses or domains, regardless of the port. We're going to open an incognito session with that URL, and then we're going to go back to the second identity's config file and then copy that with property and then import the identity into that incognito window, and we're going to label that the second identity and hit save or press enter. Then click that newly created identity and it's going to contact the server. And now we need to again use the with property to unlock the wallet. Click or press enter, and then we're going to go to groups, and now we need to join a group because we don't have any groups on that second identity. So we're going to go and get an invite from the first identity, and that message just shows that the group message was not on the blockchain. And so we copy this invite string of characters and we make sure we get all of them, and we just paste that into the join area, hit enter, and that joins the group. So now we have a group in the group list, and we see the group message from the first identity. Now we're going to use the second identity to post a group message. So thanks for inviting me, and we just confirm that just like the first one. And now we're going to refresh the group area on the first identity, and we see that the second identity did post a group message. So now we're going to send a reply from the first identity and refresh it on the second identity, and we see that it's there. So we have full group communication between nodes, and these could be essentially communicating across the internet. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Discord, or send an email at info@YadaCoin.io. Thanks.